Okay, so we want to draw this in AutoCAD and fully dimension it. Fairly simple exercise. Okay, so we'll begin by drawing in a center line. So we'll go for center line here and then perhaps draw this at the bottom like that. And then let me switch the layer to AM7 for instance. If you don't have it, you can create your own center line like I've done here. So I'll use AM7, so I'll select it and then I'll use line. So I'll click on line and then locate the midpoint. So I'll click here. Let me turn on the ortho mode and I want this line to be exactly 180 like that. So I would just copy this, so CO for copy, and I would copy it by this point and then put it there. Okay, so it's very important that this distance here is 180 because if you look at the exercise, this distance there is 180. So if I clicked on measure and I brought this close, you see that I have the 180, which is exactly what I need. Okay, so I'll go to circle and then perhaps select the center diameter method. So the center of the circles I want to draw is going to be here, but then let me switch the layer to layer 0 and then I'll click here to indicate the center, and I have two concentric circles, one with diameter of 45 and then same method. So center and then the diameter should be 90. And then I'll come to the bottom and I have a semicircle located at this point with a diameter, or this time around the radius was given, so the radius was given as 45. Let me use the center radius method. So center and then the radius is 45 and there is another circle or semicircle located around here, so center radius method, but for that the center is 23 millimeters away, so let me enter 23, right? So 23 millimeters and then the radius is 90. Okay, like that. And then I can use a line, so click on line and I want a line which is an exterior tangent to this curve and that curve. So what I'll do is I want the tangency snap, so I'll hold down the control key and then right click and go to tangent. So now I'll get tangent and I'll click on it and then hold down the control key again, right click and go to tangent, and now I have tangency like that. So I'll hit escape. And then I have a similar instance, so back to line. So hold down the control key, right click and go to tangent once more. So I'll click here and connect that to the center of those two circles. And then in the modifier group, I'll go for fillet. The fillet radius there is 32, so 32, and then you hit enter. Now I can click on this circle and then click on that and hit enter and hit escape once I have that in place. I can go for trim, and then I'll trim this part, and of course that part I may have to zoom in here and trim this as well, and then trim this and that. Okay, so for us to end up with the hook, the tip of the hook around here, we have to be considerate to use the principle of tangencies that we are familiar with. Okay, so I have an arc which makes an exterior tangent with this semicircle, so obviously I need to add their radii. Okay, so radii here is 45, and then I need to add, so the radius of this is 45, and then the radius of the adjoining arc is also 45. So center radius method. Now from this point here, I'm tracking distance of 90. Okay, so and then the radius required there would be 45, like that. And for this second one, I'm going to get radius 45 plus radius 90, and that is 135. So center radius method, and then I need to track from the center point of that, which is this point, and I'm tracking a distance of 135. All right, and then the radius that I need should be 45, like that. So I can 45 and then enter. Now let's just trim the unwanted parts. Okay, now lastly I can use the tan radius method. So tan radius, so I want to be tangential to this, tangential to that, and then the radius should be 7, and then enter, and now I can trim. So cut. Okay, like that. And then this is really how the solution would take shape. Now I can dimension, so I can go to annotate. So let's click on that arrow, and then we can use ISO 25, and then I would okay that. Now I can click on diametral dimension there, and then select this, and the diameter is 45. Now I can select that as well, and that diameter should be 90. So I can go for power, and then here up to that point, so I'll click, and that is 180. So similarly, you don't forget that from the center point here to the midpoint, or the center point of the bigger semicircle, that is 23. Okay, so the tests look small, so I'll click back here, and then I'll go to edit and click on modify. Now for the tests, I would increase the test height maybe to 4, and then let me click on symbol and arrows, and then the arrow size, maybe I'll make that 4 as well, and then I would okay this, okay all of these. Okay, so to make this somewhat bigger, um, I would go back there, maybe increase the size a little bit. Alright, so edit and then modify, and for the test, instead of 4, perhaps 6. Now there's something else that I want to look at. If you look at the 180 here, you see that 180 here is oriented in the direction of the dimension line. I want the text to be horizontal, so I'll just click on horizontal here, like that. In here I'll make that horizontal, and then click on OK, and then I'll OK this, and OK once more. So now you see that the text, this 180, has become horizontal, but it's centered or distributed within the vertical line, and I don't want it that way. I want it to be outside. So I'll go back to the edit and then modify. For the vertical, instead of it being above or whatever it is, I'll just say outside, and then I'll OK that, OK this, and OK that. And now you see that it moves outside. Okay, so for the radial dimension, just click on that, and then I can click on this one as well. That should be R90. And then I have here R45, and another R45, and finally I have R7. Okay, so this basically would be our solution.